the focus of a tampering probe by the NBA as part of the Lakers' alleged recruitment of Paul George. Peter Vesey first reported the tampering allegations involving the now Thunder star. League sources tell our Adrian Wojnarowski and Ramona Shelburne the possibility of impermissible contact between Magic, the Lakers' president of basketball operations, and the four-time All-Star is the crux of the investigation. The Indiana Pacers filed tampering charges with the NBA against the Lakers, who deny the allegations. LA insists that there is no evidence of the tampering, and they expect to be ultimately cleared. Team officials are not allowed to make contact with players to discuss future plans until free agency starts. And for more, let's bring in our pal Adrian Wojnarowski. Woj, what's at stake here?
Potentially, Kevin, for the Lakers, if they were found to be guilty of tampering, it could cost them potentially draft picks, money. If it was proven that there was a side deal made with Paul George, it could cost them their ability to either sign that player in free agency or trade for him. But the burden of proof is great. It is hard to prove tampering. It's accused. People are accused of it often in the league, but it is pretty rare where someone is caught and punished for it.
What exactly is that process? I mean, how do you prove that someone in fact tampered with another player before free agency started?
Short of someone admitting to being a part of it, there has to be a paper trail. There has to be pretty significant evidence. The Lakers denied to Ramona Shelburne and myself today that that there is any evidence of it, that they took no part. There's been no tampering on their side, and the league now has a law firm that's conducting the probe for them at behest of the NBA, and the whole NBA is watching closely here because the issue of tampering has become a greater conversation within the league, and especially potentially in this case where it's a player, Paul George, who was under contract for at least another year. And I think everyone is more sensitive to when players have years left on their contract with the team and that this is alleged. But again, it will be very difficult for Indiana to be able to find, to get the league to be able to find proof that it happened.
And Woj, you talked about potentially the worst case scenario for the Lakers being the loss of draft picks. What's the best case scenario here for the Pacers?
Ultimately, Kevin, it's really for them to get a measure of vindication for the process with which they had to trade, that led them to trade Paul George. They can't get Paul George back. They traded him to Oklahoma City. I think the best case scenario from the Pacers' point of view is either they make the Lakers lose, whether it's a pick or money, or potentially, if this was found out to be true, keep them from being able to get Paul George. But again, those are all very difficult and unlikely scenarios in this whole probe.
The hopes of maybe sending a warning to say, listen, this stuff is not allowed in the NBA. All right, it's a sticky situation involving one of the stars of the league and one of the faces all time of the NBA. Great insight tonight from Adrian Wojnarowski. Thanks, Woj.
Thanks, Kevin.